definitely think about it, and that's why you don't take these moments like this for granted. You don't take the moments for granted when you're able to, be on the same floor with Kobe, or be on the same floor with Duncan and the rest of those guys that paved the way for us.
Top 25 college basketball. Northern Iowa is taking down number 25 Wichita State 53-50. 4 minutes to go in regulation. All Kentucky, number 22 team in the nation, pounding South Carolina 81-54. John Calipari ejected in this one. Number 10 West Virginia cruising past TCU 67-40. This is NBC Sports Radio.
This is 1050 AM, KCAA Loma Linda, and 106.5 FM, Yucaipa.
Hi, Pat Matthews again. I want to talk to you about selling online. And when I say selling, I'm talking about your home, your car, and even buying a house or a new set of wheels. There's a new kid in town, and that's buysellmakeoffer.com. The revolution has already begun, and I invite you to be a part of it. You see, get in on the ground floor because buysellmakeoffer.com never charges item fees. Can you imagine what the other guys might charge you for selling a car on their site, let alone a house? Well, buysellmakeoffer.com doesn't do that. And you can use Skype and YouTube videos to sell your products, big or small. Go right now to buysellmakeoffer.com and set up your account. For as little as $7.95 per month, you can sell up to 50 items, and they'll give you the first 30 days free just to try it out. Remember, no per item fees. Join the revolution today. Buysellmakeoffer.com and tell them Pat Matthews sent you.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. It's Wolfman Jack.
Sometimes I get to thinking there's just not enough love and romance left in our lives today. And that's why I like to reminisce and to relive that first feeling of love and do it all over again.
Did you boogie with your baby in the back row of the movie show?
The Wolfman's back all the way on KCAA at midnight, Friday and Saturday nights, coming in March. Don't miss the Wolfman on 1050 AM and 106.5 FM.
Kcaa.
In 2007, very few were able to benefit from the housing market crash. Since then, major banks like J.P. Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, and Deutsche Bank have been very quietly investing in what we consider to be the bank's best-kept secret. In fact, they have already amassed around $240 billion ready to move. We're talking H2O. You know, water. It's now considered the most valuable commodity on Earth, and it's finite. To find out how you may be able to make money with it, call for a free report. Dial 1-800-379-5302 and just say, "Send me the free water report." It's that easy. Even ex-presidents are invested in water in one way or another. By 2030, it's estimated 40% of the globe will suffer some sort of water scarcity. This is your chance to help the environment as well as potentially bank some nice profits. Get a free water wealth report now. Call 1-800-379-5302. That's 1-800-379-5302.
For more local radio every day, tune into KCAA Loma Linda.
You just entered the Gotcha Zone. Eilon up to the start line and get ready to race with your host, Joe Britt. It's time for Gotcha Racing, live on KCAA 1050.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines and get ready for an action-packed, fun-filled hour of everything a motorhead ever loved or lived. Gotcha Racing with Joe Britt. Welcome to Gotcha Racing. This is Joe Britt. Hey there, race fans, and welcome to another edition of Gotcha Racing Live with your host, Joe Britt. I am in the driver's seat today, and guess what, folks? Today is NHRA Day at the track, Winter Nationals Day this weekend, and you know all those big-time professional cats are out there racing their big vehicles, and we will give you all the information that way, Joe. All the information that we believe you would want. And there you go. Talking to my to the engineer. Okay, but nevertheless, let me digress and give you the opening that I always do. Hey, I come to you a humble man that is a reflection of God's grace and greatness, a humble man that is standing on shoulders of ancestors. Hello, America! Look alive, California! Wake up, San Bernardino! Stand up, be counted, Inland Empire. This is your host, coming to you loud and strong, Joe Britt, from the desert to the sea, broadcasting on the powerful KCAA Talk Radio 1050 and 106.5 FM. Oh, it's on your FM dial, folks. We have fantastic weather this week. Ooh, fantastic weather. Some might call it a little hot, but 80s, 87s. You know, it's like if you were into the sun tanning thing, it would be that's the weather to come out and get your groove on, I guess, or get your tan. But nevertheless, great weather we're having. We're busy. We are busy like a one-legged guy in a contest. I can't say what I want to say, but you guys understand what I'm talking about. We're real busy today, and this week has been very busy. Little house cleaning, then we get right into what we need to get into. Okay, for you you folks out there that want to call and just listen to the show, who listen to me? Yeah, listen to me. And just be idle on the phone. That number is 832-999-1050. 832-999-1050. For you folks who want to call into the studio and talk to me, yeah, I'll talk to this guy here. Brandon's right next to me. That's the young pup that we're training. 888, that's a long distance, 888-909-1050. For you local callers, it would be 909-888-5222 or 5224. I'll repeat that slowly for you. 909-888-5222 or 5224. For those of you who want to see what we have done in the past via the net, you would go to our station, our address station, kcaaradio.com. Go to our podcast. You see me, looking debonair with my glasses on and whatnot. And then pick and choose. That's on the Saturday's lineup, folks, okay? And you can also go to BritArchive.com and pick and choose, okay? We're on Facebook. We're on the Gotcha Racing on Facebook. Gotcha Racing, Joe Britt. We, let's see, our net address is gotcharacing.com. You want to email me, go to joebritt@kcaa@gmail.com. For you Gotcha Racing fans out there, that's our sister company. That's the company that we do all the video work with. It's grtv@media@gmail.com. And, okay, so let's get into, folks, I got a fantastic call the other day. It was Tuesday evening. And it was the vice president of the NHRA, Terry Blunt. And I guess, he said, hey, you like to have you guys out at the track and to cover the event, the Winter Nationals in Pomona, which is this weekend. Right now it's going on. Yesterday was qualifying. And today they will be out kicking some booty today. And what we want to do as Gotcha Racing Live, we wanted to go out today and bring some footage, audio footage, so we can have it later. But Wednesday, the vice president said, look, why don't you come out Wednesday and talk to all the race drivers, professionals, all these big guys, all the top guns are in the series on Wednesday. So it was called Media Days, and guess what? We showed up. And, man, one interview that I've been trying to get for a long time is John Forrest. You guys don't know that big name. He drives a big beast and has been doing it for a long time. He's been in the game. And so had a time to talk with him and some more guys that you'd be interested in, name brands. So, man, we had a work cut out for us Wednesday. And today we wanted to, we are right after our broadcast at 12 o'clock. We're going to shoot out there and do what we do. And do what we do. Whose water is this? Interesting. Okay, so first off, let's see here. We have our correspondent calling in at about 20 after? Tell you what, I'm excited, man. Joe, let's put in the last John Forrest. I think it's 2-3 minutes. The one you got from the internet last night. Let's put that in. This is John Force. Hey, folks, this is Joe Britt coming to you from Pomona. We're at the Winter Nationals, and I'm standing in front of a legend that I know you've heard of. All you guys have grown up with me. I'm 60 now. I've heard of this guy. He's been around for a long time. He's a staple in the industry. John Force, the man of the hour. How are you?
Excited, just coming out here to Auto Club Raceway and then winning. Then going up against these young kids. You said you're 60, I'm 66. I got you covered. And I've been rode hard. But to go up against these kids, I don't like being beat, but if they beat me, I thrive off it. I grow off it. I'm going to push them all. I love Cruz Petragon. He's like a buddy of mine. Tony Petragon going into the box, announcing for Fox. This is going to be big this year. And I'm excited. I'm still part of it. And as long as I can find the money, I'm going to keep doing it.
Now, the young guns out there are giving you the respect that you need, right? That you have.
They always do. And I give them respect. And they're really good right now. You know, you look at Warsham winning the championship, Beckman right there with him, all those Schumacher teams, Cruz, those guys set the bar. You know what I mean? They outran us, and I'm not used to that. They got fast on us, and we're going to get back in the ball game. We're going to make this happen. But I'm excited about 2016 because of the change, the live TV coverage, Fox taking this thing over. We're going to grow this sport, and that's what it needs. Peter Clifford of NHRA has done a great job. A lot of change. A lot of people don't like it, but you got to have change to grow. And with that, we're going to give them faster race cars, quicker race cars, and we're going after that championship. We're going after win lights first and the championship.
Well, the sponsors got to be loving this new change, right?
Yeah, it's the TV. Even it was a great product. Just the time frame that it came on was bad, and that's why the change. And proof's in the pudding. We'll see where it goes.
Okay, you have the last word. You got a shout out to anyone out there that you care for?
Yeah, I just want to say to my wife, I love you, Lori, and that all these years to stay with me and go through all the good times, the bad times when I crashed, she was right there. But to put up with me basically and let me do what I love to do, race. And I promise you I will take care of those girls. I'll put them with the best teams, with the best equipment. I'll keep them safe.
Got you, racing fans? You hear that from a real man, a true man, John Force. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I told you I'm going to bring it to you hot and fresh, just like the baker does on a good Sunday or Saturday morning. You know, I've been trying to get this guy's interview for a long time, and you have to understand when you're at a track and it's a hot track, not necessarily saying you're going to be on the track, but this guy has handlers, man, and it could sometimes they're 2 or 3 deep, and just get around these guys and then get to this person, you know, the one you want to get to. It becomes a challenge sometimes, you know. Really, it does. But we got him on there yesterday. I mean, well, you just heard him, so good. And we have a lot more in store coming up for you. Right now, Joe, let's pay some bills. Let's put a couple of commercials in there, and then, folks, we'll be right back with Kcaa Racing Live in San Bernardino, California, broadcasting off of 106.5 and FM, and also 1050 AM on your AM dial. Right back.
Oh, no.
Don't worry about a thing, pretty lady. You're in good hands with J&K Auto Body Paint and Repair. J&K Auto Body has been serving the Rialto area for years and are considered to be one of the oldest and the best auto body shops in town. The right people with the right tools and the right experience that can give you the service and the quality that you expect. 24 hours, 7-day-a-week towing is available. That's J&K Auto Body, 241 South Palm Avenue, Rialto, California, across the street from the Metrolink station. Call us at 909-875-0400, 909-875-0400. That's 909-875-0400.
U&I Auto Truck Parts and Wrecking is loaded with 15 acres of used, salvaged, and rebuilt parts for your car or truck. Sure, you could go to any wrecking yard, but U&I has what it takes. Expertise, high-quality products, and the finest customer service you'll receive anywhere. U&I makes custom drive shafts, furnishes full warranties on all their parts, and keeps up on industry changes. Call 909-888-6841. You'll be impressed by the fast and friendly response from from the U&I skilled staff. You can also go to the Contact Us page and request a part. U&I hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 till 5, and Saturday, 8 till 3. U&I Auto Truck Parts and Wrecking is located at 1435 West Rialto Avenue in San Bernardino. Check out the U&I webpage at the letter U, the letter I, autoparts.com, or call 909-888-6841. 909-888-6841.
Gotcha Racing Live, heard only on KCAA, is your command center for racing news, the hottest interviews, and DIY projects. We are your destination for interviews with racers and fans, on-track interviews, in-shop interviews with engine builders, car restorers. Hear from our correspondents on live track, car shows. Gotcha Racing Live. Start your engine and race on over to KCAA 1050 AM and 106.5 FM every Saturday at our new time, 11 a.m. Gotcha Racing Live, where we put you in the driver's seat.
شما در حال گوش دادن به برنامه گاتچا ریسینگ هستی با صدای جو برید. Sie hören jetzt Gotcha Racing live mit ihrem Gastgeber Joe Britt.
You're listening to Gotcha Racing live on KCAA 1050 AM with Joe Britt. Now get to the chopper. Hasta la vista, baby.
Baby! And that's my good friend Larry the Entertainer. Hey Larry, how you doing out there, buddy? Which, with all your different voices and different personalities come out of one body. It's incredible when you see this guy's work. Okay, so this weekend, we'll just call it the NHRA weekend because we're excited. We're excited to go there. And to my right, I have now you've heard him before, Brandon. And Brandon, I call him the young pup because he's the youngest one to the crew of Gotcha Racing TV, and also Gotcha Racing Live. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually kind of excited.
Are you relaxed?
Yeah, I am. I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not going to lie, but I'm starting to relax, starting to get comfortable.
All right.
Another great day, another great weekend. I'm ready for the show.
Well, I told you I was gonna get you going, man. And today, I'm not gonna throw you to the wolves when we get out to the Winter Nationals today. We got full credentials, and full credentials mean we can go anywhere we want.
Okay. Wow.
We just can't get on the track and get run over by those 400 horsepower demons that are on the track. But in their pits, we can go in their pits.
Wow.
We can talk with the fans. We can do pretty much anything, and more than likely they have a hospitality media center for us, like they had on Wednesday, which is really cool.
Okay.
So we don't have to really come out of our pocket for anything.
Okay.
Water, juice, the whole shot. So it's gonna be a good time for you today, man.
I'm ready.
I bet you are.
I'm ready.
You got that in your blood, man. So, but I tell you, let me tell you a little bit about the cars that are running this week. And of course, they got the funny cars, but the dragsters, I tell you, man, we got to get earphones because that noise from those 10,000 to 11,000 horsepower motors will shatter your eardrum. I am not kidding you. I mean, once they start off that line, it rumbles. It's like a rumble in the jungle. No, brother, it rumbles on that asphalt, and you can hear that. You can hear that 2 miles away.
Wow.
And just imagine you're 100 feet, in the stands, and yeah, you can put your hands over your ears, and muffle some of that noise, but no. But anyway, they are in a quarter-mile run. They're in a quarter-mile run, and they do the quarter mile in 4 seconds or less.
Oh wow.
4 seconds or less, man.
That's very fast.
Oh, dude, can you imagine that? So I was talking to my wife the other day. She says, well, 4 seconds or less, a quarter mile, then how quick can they get to L.A.?
Yeah.
On a straight shot,
Right.
What, 15, 20 minutes? Maybe less than that, right?
Right, 10 minutes, straight shot.
Yeah, right, straight shot. But I tell you, you better not be in the way. You better not be in the way. But it's going to be a great day today, man, and it's going to be hot. So we got to adjust our clothing. I know I'm wearing a long sleeve right now, and I got to get home and get our credentials, and then we'll shoot out, and I got to put a short sleeve shirt on. Okay, I have on the line is the Road Warrior, Chris the Road Warrior. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Joe. Doing good. How are you today?
All right. Look at JP. He's acting up, man. Look at that. Oh, I got to throw this guy a bone, man. Normally it's delayed, but he's been around on the money today. Man, he must have had his Cheerios this morning. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Hey, just want to mention real quick also that in that quarter mile, they're also burning 18 gallons of fuel.
Wow.
So
is that right?
little extra info there for your quarter milers.
18 gallons in a quarter mile.
Yeah, in 4 seconds.
Wow.
Isn't that something? Isn't that something?
So I'll never complain about my fuel mileage again. I'll tell you.
I take it all back.
Okay. What you got for us today, man?
Hey, I just want to share a little experience I had coming home from Super Bowl Sunday. And if you were around the San Bernardino area, you understand that we had some high winds that night. Some unusual time of year for them, but we get those 40-mile-an-hour sustained winds with those gusts up to 50, 60 plus. And I've ridden around the street many years in those winds, and it beats you around quite a bit. But I hadn't been caught on the highway out in the open like I was that night.
Oh, wait! You were out in the wind when it was gusting at 90 or 80 miles an hour winds, and I know you were on that motorhome of a bike that you ride, right?
Well, yeah, but also not only it's a nice heavy bike, but it also acts like a big sail. And coming head on to the winds wasn't too bad. It was buffering me around quite a bit. But when I got up onto the 210 and started running across the winds, and I got up high there in that Fontana area, I got myself into what I consider probably one of the most terrifying moments of my riding career, when it wants to lay you over to the side, push you over, and you feel this in your car all the time too. So I'm leaning left back into the wind, and the wind is gusting up under my wheels, and my bike is starting to act like a wing more than the gold wing that it is.
Hold on, right there. Hold on. So you were going east then, right?
I was eastbound. Correct.
Okay, I got you. Okay, let's go ahead.
Yeah, and the winds were coming out of the north, and
that's right. Mm-hmm.
The sustained winds were hard enough to keep control of, so it had me leaning a bit as it was. But when the gust kicked up, it was pushing me into the next lane over. So I was leaning left to get into it, but then the wind was sweeping my wheels out from underneath me and pushing me all the way across the freeway, and I ended up against the wall.
Really?
In the emergency lane. So, that a couple of times I thought for sure I was going down. And what I ended up doing was I figured, okay, I need to keep my wheels as flat as possible on the roadway. So I threw my body over to the left, off the edge of the bike. I looked like one of these side hack racers, the guy they call the monkey, that runs back and forth across the back of the bike. And holding the bike upright and pulling the bars to the left to keep the bike upright. Now, this was fine when the gust was hitting me, but then the gust would drop off momentarily and come back and drop off and come back. So I'm all over the blasted freeway again, just the other direction, but I'm staying up. And it finally occurred to me that I just can't ride in this condition. And I could not maintain highway speeds. I was down to about 30 miles an hour trying to pull this off, realizing that I'm going to get run over if I don't get off this thing. And normally in high winds, I don't ride at all. I've always kind of just figured it's hard enough anyway. But I didn't realize that we were going to have winds that night. I had ridden down to South County, and I caught myself in this situation. So all I'm saying is that if you get yourself in the same situation, you got to get off the highway, unless you're out in the middle of wherever, and find yourself some shelter and let it blow past the best way you can. I ended up off onto the surface streets. I got off there at about Citrus. I mean, I went from the 15 to Citrus, which is one lap, and I determined I could not do that.
Well, that's the corridor, Chris. That's the strongest section because those winds are coming through the pass real strong.
Well, if I'd been able to maintain for another mile or two, I would have gotten down to that lower section where the freeway drops down and you got the high ground above you at that point. But I honestly, Joe, I believe I would have gone down. I would have wiped out if I had tried to make that extra 2 miles at that point. And even when I got off the highway, got onto the side streets, got there out there on what they call Renaissance Parkway, Even then, at 20 miles an hour, I was battling it. I still had to have my body thrown to the side, with my arms really pushing hard to keep put to the left to keep the motorcycle upright, and a couple of times I actually pulled over and stopped. It was, in that last 5 miles to my house was probably the most brutal ride in that kind of conditions I've ever faced in 40 years of riding.
No kidding. So
and,
I take it as soon as you got home, you kissed that front yard, huh?
Oh, basically, yeah. I almost kissed the asphalt as it was
right.
sitting there. That wasn't my choice. But I mean, I honestly, Joe, I've ridden in snow. I've ridden on ice. And I was the ice wasn't much of a ride. That was off roading. I kind of did wipe out. But I've been in snow, both off road and on road. And I will take those conditions over what I experienced Sunday in those high winds. Like I said, if you hit me at a slight angle, head on, or even behind you, of course, it's not that bad. But when I was hitting that square in that spot, that hot spot right there, you know the area, it was pretty insane.
How heavy is that bike of yours?
Is don't ride in this kind of conditions.
Chris, how heavy is that bike of yours, you think?
Just over 900 dry.
Is it 900 wet or 900 dry?
Dry.
Okay. So would you add another U and some fuel? You're talking what, another 1,000 by 1,100 pounds?
Yeah, half a ton. Yeah, exactly. And it was blowing me around like I was a piece of cardboard.
No kidding. Just imagine if you were on a smaller bike. Hey, but I bet you this. I bet you didn't see anyone else doing what you're doing. On a motorcycle?
What's that?
I said I bet you didn't see anyone else doing what you were doing.
No, I was the only idiot out there.
I was
solo idiot, man.
I bet you. Look. I bet you won't do that no more, will you?
Yeah, no, I won't. And here's the thing too. Even on a smaller bike might have had an advantage in the sense that it won't catch as much wind as that blue sail of mine. So know your limitations, and that's the first time I've had that bike in those conditions. And I know I won't take it out there again in those conditions if I know they're coming. But if you're out there riding about, you're out there touring, you're doing something, you don't always know what the weather's going to throw at you, no matter what the forecast says. Mm-hmm. So, I'm just saying to the people out there, if you catch yourself in that situation, don't hesitate to get off the road. And I mean off the road. Find yourself some low ground. If you're on the highway, obviously, if you're on an open highway out in the middle of Texas or wherever, slow down and, maybe try that tip of throwing your body weight over and keeping your bike as upright as possible. Move around on the machine if you need to.
So,
but, to get you where you need to be safe at.
Something, it's funny because not this situation, but you have 40 years, 30, 40 years of experience in riding?
Yep. Yeah, over 40, yeah.
Yeah, so imagine the younger guys are trying to do the same without the skill set. I guess they would just be a casualty of war then, huh?
Well, true, and then also you got to remember when you're younger, you're invincible, so you're not terrified like I was.
I got too much to lose. Yeah, well, dude, I appreciate. I'm glad you. I'm glad you made it through. And they say education is not free. Okay.
No, it's not. Knowledge sometimes there's sometimes possible knowledge, and I paid my dividends. I now know that I can grip my feet with my butt cheeks and hold on for dear life.
Yeah,
and that
worked. Well, I'm glad you made it through the storm, buddy. I really am, because we hate to lose you. I know you can call from the hospital room, but that's not the same.
Well, no, that's a new experience, a new protocol. That's what I will hopefully we'll never have to make.
Good. All right, dude. Have a good weekend, and then we will talk with you soon. Hey, folks, this is Chris, the Road Warrior. Thank you. Talk to you later. All right. Joseph, let's play some commercials, please, if you don't mind. Some bills. Pay some bills. I'll try to, anyway. Thank you, sir. Folks, we'll be right back. worry about a thing, pretty lady. You're in good hands with J&K Auto Body Paint and Repair. J&K Auto Body has been serving the Rialto area for years and are considered to be one of the oldest and the best auto body shops in town. The right people with the right tools and the right experience that can give you the service and the quality that you expect. 24 hours, 7-day-a-week towing is available. That's J&K Auto Body, 241 South Palm Avenue, Rialto, California, across the street from the Metrolink station. Call us at 909-875-0400, 909-875-0400. That's 909-875-0400.
U&I Auto Truck Parts and Wrecking is loaded with 15 acres of used, salvaged, and rebuilt parts for your car or truck. Sure, you could go to any wrecking yard, but U&I has what it takes. Expertise, high-quality products, and the finest customer service you'll receive anywhere. U&I makes custom drive shafts, furnishes full warranties on all their parts, and keeps up on industry changes. Call 909-888-6841. You'll be impressed by the fast and friendly response from the U&I skilled staff. You can also go to the Contact Us page and request a part. U&I hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 till 5, and Saturday, 8 till 3. U&I Auto Truck Parts and Wrecking is located at 1435 West Rialto Avenue in San Bernardino. Check out the U&I webpage at the letter U, the letter I, autoparts.com, or call 909-888-6841. 909-888-6841.
Gotcha Racing Live, heard only on Kcaa 8, is your command center for racing news, the hottest interviews, and DIY projects. We are your destination for interviews with racers and fans, on-track interviews, in-shop interviews with engine builders, car restorers. Hear from our correspondents on live track, car shows. Gotcha Racing Live. Start your engine and race on over to Kcaa 1050 AM, 106.5 FM every Saturday at our new time, 11 a.m. Gotcha Racing Live, where we put you in the driver's seat.
Okay, folks, we're back. You're listening to Joe Britt, and this is Gotcha Racing Live, broadcasting out of KCAA Radio, 106.5 FM and 1050 AM on your AM dial. And today, just for us, it just happens to be, we'll name it NHRA Day, because we are so excited. We're going to get out there. Hey, I got an interview coming up with the Vice President of NHRA, so let's go ahead and put that on if you don't mind, Joe. Let's play it. Hey, folks, here we are again. We're still in the media tent at the Winter Nationals in Pomona, California, and I'm with the top dog here of NHRA, Terry. Give me your last. I don't want to mess up your last name. What's your last name?
It's Blunt, pronounced like Mel Blunt.
Okay,
yeah,
Blunt, okay.
Yeah.
And your position with the NHRA?
I'm the Vice President of Communications and Public Relations.
So as I said, folks, I'm talking to one of the big guys. You know, he's on the fruit, but he's higher up. But nevertheless, how you been?
I've been great. I mean, Joe, we're so excited about this season. We really see this. We have a slogan going in this year that we're calling "Shifting Gears into a New Era," and we mean that. And we're telling people that because we are going to be so much different, bigger, better than the NHR has ever been in the past. And it starts, of course, with the Fox television deal, which is really transformative for our sport. We realized that to be considered a true major league sport, you have to go live. And so we're going to have 17 events live this year. We're going to have 4 on the Fox Network live, which has never happened in the history of our sport. Years ago, we used to be on Live World of Sports, but that was tape delayed. So it's a big deal for us in terms of our television package and a lot of other new things we have going forward.
Now, last week, you guys were in Phoenix, right? Doing testing?
We did. For years, the NHRA has had their preseason test session in Palm Beach, Florida. And it worked well. But the teams had to go all the way across country for the first event here at the Winter Nationals at Pomona. So we felt it was better for them. Most of our teams are headquartered in Indianapolis. It was better for them to come from Indianapolis to Phoenix, do the test there, what we were calling spring training, because obviously spring training will start in a couple of weeks in Phoenix, and then come straight from Phoenix to here, just a 4-hour drive. So not only that, our next event after the Winter Nationals is 2 weeks from now at Phoenix at Wild Horse Pass. So they were actually getting data that they can use in 2 weeks on that track. So it seemed to work out better all the way around. We got a lot of media attention there last week, and we think it was better for the teams. It made it easier for them travel-wise, and it worked out really well. We had a public day on Saturday where people could come watch testing, and we had a lot of media out there. So we thought it was much better than what we'd done in the past.
Well, you know something? I've interviewed a lot of the guys here, and one thing they're mentioning right off the bat: Fox.
Yeah.
And my goodness, I'm thinking they must have some kind of training or something.
Well, that's good. They're listening to me then. So, yeah, they know the talking points. So, no, truly, Joe, they're excited about it because they get it. They understand what this means to change the sport. In this era of instantaneous information where young people are on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and texting, and everything is known within seconds of it happening, you can't be on tape delay. We couldn't have a sport where all the results were known before we went on the air. So we had to go live. We had to put most of our events live. And this year we have 17. And next year we hope to have all of them live. We didn't do that this year because the 7 events that aren't live, we're going directly off a NASCAR race where we get a great bump there from their audience on Fox to go straight from the NASCAR race to our race on tape delay. But the other 17 will be live. And Fox has been great to us. The telecast is going to be dramatically different than anything we've done before. We went in-house with the broadcast because we felt no one's better at telling the stories of our drivers than we are. On the downtime between rounds, we're doing a lot of features on the drivers. We're taking the approach of kind of like they do in the Olympics, Joe, with these features they do on people called up close and personal. And the reason they do that is you have all these people in the Olympics that are skiers or water polo players or whatever it might be that they don't really know them. So ice skaters, whatever. So they want to do these features on them so people will understand who they are and they'll have a rooting interest in it. Well, that's kind of the approach we're taking with our drivers. We're going to do a lot of features on drivers and make them more personal to our fans. We want to make the driver's story. For years and years in motorsports, the cars were the stars. And the cars still are a big part of it, but the truth is the drivers are the stars. And we want to make our drivers bigger stars. We feel we can do that with this TV package. We also have virtual graphics that we're adding. For example, the Sports Vision team, which is the same that does it for the NFL with the first down lines and those kind of things. They are doing virtual graphics for us with a virtual finish line, a virtual starting line. We're going to have things in the lane for each driver showing the driver, their car, who they are, so people will not be confused about which driver is in which lane, and they'll more easily identify that driver with that car. So our virtual graphics package we think will make a big difference. The bottom line is the telecast is going to be so much different than what people have seen before, and we think they're going to notice. We hope they're going to notice.
Well, Terry, that's almost that's almost like the viewership watching a football game.
Well, it's going to be like that.
With all the graphics.
Yeah, we're going to have those kind of graphics. And it's the same company, by the way. Sports Vision is the name of the company. We're going to have those kind of graphics. For years people haven't been sure where the finish line was at the end of a race. Well, now we're going to have virtual graphics like a checkered virtual graphic finish line so they can see exactly where it is and when they hit that line. And also at the starting line, we're going to have a virtual graphic. But the biggest thing is what we're going to do in the lanes with like driver cards. It's kind of like, I guess I'd describe it like a baseball card, where you see the driver's face, their statistics coming in, which car they're in, and which it's going to be in the lane they're in. So nice. It's going to be helpful. We've had a problem we felt in the past in that the casual fan wasn't sure which driver was in which lane. So this will help them recognize them better, help them recognize their car with that driver, and help them kind of learn more about the driver and hopefully become a fan of that driver.
Well, you know what? It sounds like you're on the right path. And I tell you, if you can do all of that, which I believe you can, that's going to bring a lot of people watching that TV and watching this game here.
Well, we hope so, especially the 4 network races we have this summer. Our Western Swing, which has always been one of our famous parts of the season where we go to Denver, Sonoma, and Seattle. The entire Western Swing is now going to be on the Fox network, the big Fox network. So we know, and also our U.S. Nationals in Indianapolis on Labor Day weekend. Those are our 4 network races. And we know that that's going to bring a lot of eyeballs that have never seen the sport before. And we have to capitalize on that. We have to make those people fans that haven't been here before. We want to show them this is what you're missing. This is why this is cool and trendy. We honestly believe there's no better motorsport for today's young people than our sport. I mean, what other sport do you have a result every 4 seconds? At 300 miles an hour. And, let's face it, kids these days don't have a big, long attention span.
That's right.
And so this is perfect for them, right? So we think we can make them stars. The other thing we want to point out to people that most people don't know is that we have the metrics and the statistical information to prove it, that NHR actually is the number 2 motorsport in the country to NASCAR. I think people have a misconception that it's IndyCar. Don't get me wrong, I love IndyCar racing. I covered the Indianapolis 500 for 20 years. But we are actually number 2 in every metric we want to see, in the number of participants, in the number of fans, in any metric you want to try and use. We are number 2 to NASCAR, and IndyCar is number 3, or in some cases Formula One in the U.S. is number 3. So we want to emphasize that and capitalize on that, because we don't think the stories have been told, and we don't think a lot of media people realize that. So that's something we're emphasizing as well.
Whatever I can do to help push you along and to help push this sport through my 2 stations, 106.5 FM and 1050 AM, all you got to do is give me a jingle and say, Joe, we want you to. Now, I'll do whatever it takes to push this forward.
Well, Joe, we just really appreciate you're here. That means a lot to us. You know, people that really understand racing like you do, we need more of those people coming to our events. And the more people we can get out here like that and get the message across, that can actually explain the sport to people where they can understand it and start enjoying it more, is very helpful to us. So we're just thrilled you're here.
You know what? My tactic when I interview is not to talk about the speed. Heck, we know you go fast. Not to talk about the tires. We know you got good tires. All these guys that I have interviewed today, I come from a personal. How's your family?
Yeah.
What are you doing? That kind of a
And
deal.
that's what we want.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. That's what we're doing in these stories. Like, we're doing a lot more videos now that we're placing on the website. By the way, we have a newly designed website. We think it's a lot easier for people to access information. But a big part of that is a lot more videos. You know, the truth is, in this era, people will click on a 1 minute or 30-second video a lot more than they'll read a 20-paragraph story.
That's true.
That's just the truth. So we're doing a lot more videos. But in the videos, it's not just about your first place in the standings or something like that. We're doing videos to make them personal about drivers. For example, last week we went out and did a video on, people don't know this, but funny car driver Robert Hyde is quite an amazing chef. We did a video of him cooking some barbecue for us. We did a video with Dale Worsham at his bowling alley and did some bowling with him. We want to make the drivers more personal. We want to tell people, here's why you should care about these people, and here's why you should like them. They have so many stories to tell, and they've never been told before. You know, our drivers, you know, when we were at ESPN, they did a great job. And look, I worked for ESPN for 10 years, and they were great to me. And ESPN was great at showing the on-track action. But they weren't telling the backstory. They weren't telling why you should care about these people. And that's what we're trying to do now with our new television package.
Now, you said your website, and I know what it is. Give that to my viewership.
Well, it's NHRA.com. And if you go there now and haven't been there in a while, you'll notice it's much different. We've reskinned the front to make it much more easy to read. And that is, we have a format that a lot of websites are going to called the River. And that is, most of the information is in the middle of the page, and you can scroll down to whatever story or video you want. There's also a link at the top of the page that has 6 videos on it, and you can click on any one you want to see at any given time. And there's also a little link on there that we thought was very important this year to show where you can see Fox Sport 1 in your market. So you click on that and you just push in your zip code, and it says the channel that you have in your market where Fox Sports 1 is, because we know some people won't know that going in this year. So, but in general, the page is much cleaner, much easier to see, much easier to read, and not as busy as it was in the past. I think people will see that it's a lot easier to access information.
Somebody on your end has not been sleeping at night.
Can you see the bags under my eyes?
Coming up with all this fantastic stuff for the viewers. And believe me, it will be greatly appreciated because we're expecting, and we want that, because we're in the new era of social media. So all that stuff you bring to the table, all these young kids are out there, you know?
Well, that's it. I mean, social media, we're hitting that so hard, Joe, and we're telling our drivers, we need all you guys tweeting and on Facebook because it brings so many more fans. I give them an example, and I know, look, everyone's not Dale Earnhardt Jr., but as an example, Dale Earnhardt Jr. resisted Twitter for years and years. Last year, he went on Twitter. I believe in 2 days he had 1 million followers. So,
wow,
so the power of that is unbelievable. Now, you know, everyone's not Dale Earnhardt Jr., but the point is, if we get our drivers doing that, they can become really more successful and more popular quickly. One example, for example, is Tony Schumacher, our driver who drives the Army dragster, is one of our great champions. He has tons and tons of followers overseas that are in the military that love him, and the easiest way for them to know about him and what he's doing is through social media. and Twitter and things like that. And so we've emphasized to him how important that is for him to do. But we want all our drivers doing it. Social media is the thing these days. You know, I never thought, I'm a 30-year journalist, I never thought my career would come down to writing one sentence, 140 characters on Twitter, but, you know, that's what it is. And you have to accept that these days, that people are getting their information in these tiny bites on social media. And we're emphasizing that really hard, and we're doing a lot of that on our webpage as well.
You know something? At Gotcha Racing TV and at Gotcha Racing Live, we have a slogan. We say, Gotcha Racing will put you in the driver's seat. But, man, you guys are doing that. You guys are going to put my fans that are listening, our fans that are listening and that are watching TV, in that driver's seat because of the interaction with the drivers and social media.
We hope so, Joe. You know, we did a video last week, as a matter of fact, at testing. Sean Langdon, one of our top fuel champions, put a camera on his helmet and went through his entire test run from the time he went into the staging lanes, did his backup, did his smoke the tires, all that stuff, till the end of the run. And all you see is what he saw, and it's fascinating. And that thing's gotten over 1 million hits, I think. It even was done overseas in Europe. They put it up there at several sites in Great Britain. And so those kind of interactive things that people can look at and go, wow, that's really cool. We're also adding, most people don't know this yet, live streaming, a premium service that will start in March, that people can see the entire event on the internet, and not only the Fox event, but all the sportsman classes, all the pro mod classes that go on that day, the live feed from the entire day for all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's going to only cost $99 for the entire season. Broken out over 22 races, I don't know, that's like $4.50, and it's over 3 days. And that's really going to help a lot of our international fans, but people can see the entire event on live streaming. We realize live streaming is another giant thing in today's era with young people. So we're doing as much as we can, as quick as we can. The main thing is we want people to actually come to the track, because, Joe, you know this, I've never brought anybody to an NHRA event who had never been there, and they may have seen it on TV a bunch of times. And when they stand there and they see a Top Fuel dragster or a funny car take off for the first time, and they hear it and they feel the ground shake, they go, oh my God.
That's right.
I've never experienced anything like that. There's nothing else like it in all of sport, and there's nothing else like it, frankly, in all of motorsports. So if we feel like if we get people out here once, they'll be fans.
And fans out there, when you do come to an NHRA race, you better bring some earplugs, because these rascals are very noisy, and they're shooting. What's the top speed right now?
You know, for a Top Fuel dragster, they're now going over 330 miles an hour in about 3.7 seconds. So people can, and there's about, you know, we always say 10,000 horsepower. They actually did a test on it over the winter at Don Schumacher Racing, and it's almost 11,000 horsepower. Compare that to a NASCAR Cup car that has 800 horsepower. you get a feel for how strong these cars are.
Yeah, but they only go around in circles.
So I'm nothing against that. I love that series and all those guys, but the power of this is incomparable to anything else you could possibly see. I mean, these guys pull 5 Gs on a run, and that's more than a space shuttle astronaut pulls at liftoff. So it's something to see.
That's incredible. All right, folks. So you've heard it you've heard it from the top man here at the Winter Nationals, Terry Blunt. Did I say that correctly?
You did.
All right. Now, encouragement. If you want to encourage, say, the viewers, or encourage the young ones out there to get into this sport, it would be what?
I would tell them that in this day and age of extreme sports being so popular, X Games, things like that, this is the ultimate. We like to tell people this is the ultimate extreme sport. This is a piece of machinery that goes over 300 miles an hour in less than 4 seconds. These are the bravest, baddest athletes on the continent, on the world. And if you just come out and watch it once, you're going to love it. I guarantee it. There's nothing you can see in the world that compares to it.
Sir, thank you for your time. I know you're very busy, but nevertheless, you gave hey, folks, did he not give you the real skinny of what's going on? Okay? So, go back to the website, and give them some love. Give them some love and tell them that you've heard this interview on 106.5 and 1050 AM. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you, Joe.
I told you that was going to be one heck of an interview. I really enjoyed him, man. I really enjoyed him.
Sure did.
So, did you?
I sure did.
Did you learn anything?
Right on point, right on key. He answered most of the good questions. Everything was there. I'm up to date on the NHRA. You know, I know what's going on. I know what's going to happen, and you know, it's going to be a great year for us.
So I tell you what, you think you probably be a follower?
I sure will. After that interview, I sure will.
And that's what it's all about. Hey, Joe, let's put on one interview. I think we have time for one more before the top of the hour. This is from a gentleman named Dell, and he is the highest ranking or the fastest guy last year in drag racing. Funny cars. All right, folks, we're still in the media tent. We're in Pomona. We're at the Winter Nationals, and we are at the media days. As I said before, I got nothing but champions around me. Champions to the left of me, champions to the right of me, and the one in front of me, Dale. You're the winningest person as far as you tell us your title.
Oh, title as far winningest?
Yes.
I don't know what was winningest that. Maybe won the most races in the countdown. I did do that.
Okay, and that was. So how was your season last year?
It finished up very strong. You know, it started off strong and it finished strong, and kind of had a little mediocre mid-range there, but all the way through, you know, we ran well the whole way through and stayed in the top 5 and got ourselves in a position, you know, to make a race for the Mellow Yellow Funny Car Championship. And when it came time, the DHL car, the Toyota, could not have performed any better.
No kidding. Now, where do you reign from, man? Living-wise?
I live in Orange County, California. I live just...
Hey, a California native.
Yeah, I do. Yep, not far. 30 miles south of Pomona. It's all right.
Okay. All right. So your team, you guys are ready. You guys are ready this year, right?
Heck yeah, we're ready, man. We're gonna run the same car. We're gonna start off with the same car we finished last season with. We do have another car. We've been testing our new car, getting it ready, but it's just not quite as comfortable as we are with the car we raced last year. So we'll start off 2016 season with a 2015 DHL Toyota Camry, and maybe at some point this year we'll transfer over.
So how many days you be on the road?
Oh my goodness, already this year? I don't even know. Not that much. You know, my daughters race junior dragsters. I've been gone with them, and I took a little trip over to the Middle East to go see my buddy Kcaa that I used to drive for. So I spent a week over there and testing. So I've been on the road most this year.
Wait. Your daughter? What do you mean your daughter?
Twin daughters. Got twin daughters, 13 years old, and they have junior dragsters. And we've already been to a couple races with them this season, and we've already had one big crash with them this season, which is exciting. But no, we're working our way through it. It's all good.
Well, hold on a minute, man. How old are you, dude?
Me, I'll be 46 tomorrow.
46?
Yes.
So how long you been in the game?
This is my 26th season.
Is that right?
26 years, yep.
Professionally?
Driving professionally. Yeah, I started off driving funny cars professionally. It's the only thing I've ever raced besides Top Fuel. And I started in October of 1990 was my first race, and here we are in February of 2016.
So you're labeled, you're the king of the dragsters, man. The funny cars.
Well, man, there's this one guy that's kind of been like a hindrance to me for 25 years, named John Force, but other than him, we're all good.
Well, good enough. Any shout-outs for anyone out there?
Oh, man, just all my family and friends. You know, we're here in Southern California, and finally the weather, we always advertise when all my friends and the other racers come here, and I tell them how great the weather is. It never is, but this time they're seeing it. It's 85 plus, it's sunny. We have a huge crowd. We have a great new TV with Fox and NHRA. I think they're looking forward to this new challenge.
That temperature, good or bad for the cars?
Well, it slows them down a little bit, but same for everybody. So I mean, better than rain. I can tell you that right now. And the cars will run well. It's not that warm. It's not summertime. It's just nice.
Your preference between night and day racing?
Night. I love night. I love header flames, man. Header flames, they go flowing out of the pipes. You know, drag racing. A couple things separate us from other motorsports, and one thing is obviously besides the horsepower is the flames.
Okay, dude. Enjoy yourself. Have a good weekend. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm the baker in the morning, and I'm bringing it to you hot and fresh. Hope you enjoyed those interviews. We've got a lot more, but guess what, folks? Man, we're almost out of time. Hey, Brandon, so what do you think about those interviews we did?
Oh, they were excellent, man. I was just eating them up, man. I learned a lot of new things. I heard a lot of good things about the NHRA. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to experience it, and I think they got a lifetime fan.
So, see, that's what I'm talking about now. You're going to be in that position doing the interviews.
Okay.
And if you can remember when you first sat to the left of me and you were doing your little interview,
right.
Initial interview with me, I do the interviews a little differently. It's personal.
Right.
Okay? Remember I told you that?
Yes.
And then you come back with a little technical end, but then you always go back to the personal side because what's happening is we know the cars go fast.
Right.
We know they have a ton of horsepower, right? We know they got special fuel. We all know this already. We want to know about the driver. Okay, and then we can kind of tie it in a little bit later down the road. Most of the drivers out there, they're expecting for the same old canned questions. Oh, what kind of tires you got? How fast you're going? I don't care. I really and truly don't care about that. But I want to know about your personal life, because now they are becoming the stars. And just like Mr. Blunt said when he told me, he said, these are going to be the stars. You know, we already know the cars are stars. Now we're going to concentrate on the people. Right. So here, we've been doing the right thing. We just we've been putting it together like we've always been doing it. And on the personal end, now we're starting to, I can see the benefits from that, and it's starting to come together. So we're going to keep the same format that we do have and concentrate on giving people what they want to hear and put a little technical end of it, and then even ask the guy if he's married, if he got kids, what about your kids? And man, they open up. You talk about their kids, they open up, because nobody talks about my kids, right? And then this guy has twin girls.
Right, I'm very
I
fascinated
didn't know that.
with that. Right,
and they're racing too. That's another story, man.
Right,
so
junior
we
dexters.
we can catch them down the road and interview the daughters. How you feel? Blah blah blah. You know, some of the cats that I interviewed, and you'll probably hear that in the next couple of weeks to come. I said, so when you're at that light, the Christmas tree, you know, it goes doot 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 doot, and in green you fly off, and you're pushing 10,000 horses or 11,000 horses, and you're in that cockpit. What goes through your head? And all of them said this. You know what, man? I zone out. I literally zone out, and I concentrate on what's in front of me, and then my hands and my feet, they're automatic. Okay. And when that, right before the green light hits, boom, they're gone, right? And most of them said there's a blur. I guess there would be a blur going at that speed, you know? But he said there's a blur to the right, a blur to the left, and I have to keep it right in the middle, and everything else just function on cue. That takes a lot of, that's, how was it to say that? That's a true professional, man. Right. To do something like that. Good and experience. The body is reacting automatically, you know? Right. Because if you don't have that timing, that skill, the race is done.
Right, right.
And if the other guy has it and you don't, you're out of that seat.
Right.
And these sponsors and these team owners, you only get one shot of that apple.
Right.
And if you don't come up to par and give them a win or close to a win, guess what? Next season or even mid-season, you're out of that seat.
Right.
You're home watching this stuff on TV and wondering, what did I do wrong?
Right.
But this is a heck of a game. And we're going to follow the NHRA as closely as we can. We might even go to Phoenix if we can do that. Since now we have carte blanche with the NHRA, and we can just follow them around. But we got to go. We got to do what Money say do. Right. Money say stay home. Money you stay home. Money says, okay, we give you a little opportunity to go somewhere else, you know, out of California. Then that's what we'll do. But we're gonna bring it to you hot and fresh, people. And Joe, how we doing on time? Okay. Listen, folks, you're listening to Joe Britt at Gotcha Racing Live, and we're broadcasting on 106.5 FM, and also we're broadcasting on 1050 AM, soon to be 106.3 FM. So look, we got 3 stations that we're going to hit you to the left. We're going to hit you to the right, and then we're going to pound you right in the gut and give you all this good information, bring it to you live, some not so live sometimes, but nevertheless, bring it to you the good information that we think you want to hear. Gotcha Racing Live every Saturday, 11 o'clock. Be here, be square, listen to us, get the information. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for listening.
This is 1050 AM KCAA Loma Linda and 106.5 FM Yucaipa.
Your NBC Sports Radio update starts now.
Moves off the grid in the NFL, and it's All-Star Weekend in the NBA. Hey, everybody, Kate Delaney. We jumped to All-Star Weekend. Yay, it's here. Saturday night, 3 big events. The Slam Dunk Contest, the NBA All-Star Game Skill Challenge, and three-point shooting, my personal favorite. A lot of talk about Kobe Bryant. He was an All-Star 18 times in his 20 seasons in the NBA. This is his farewell season.